What's going on, guys? Welcome. I know it's been a while since I have been on. It's actually been a long while. There's been a lot of news, a lot of NASCAR news, and I really haven't posted a lot of it. I posted some of it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and blah, 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 blah. But I haven't really said anything on here. And I apologize about that for those of you guys who enjoy watching these videos. But if you like the videos, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. It supports me. It shows me you guys want to see me keep doing these videos. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Like, for sure, done, never doing it again. Kind of stopping, even though it's been like a little over a month. Has it been a month? I think it's been a month. No, I did the diecast collection video. I don't. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the silly season. Not much else. Let me know at the end if you think I was correct. Let me know at the end if you think my speculations are stupid. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What's up, guys? Welcome to Seriously Fast Media here. Of course, I'm Tom, and I'm back with another video, and we are going to talk about something that's been pretty big, especially over the last couple weeks, and that is the 2022 silly season going into the NASCAR Cup Series. Obviously, we could talk a lot about what's going on in truck, a lot about what's going on in the Xfinity Series, but right now we're going to focus on that. So the big thing kind of came out this morning, last night, is that, and a lot of people are freaking out about it, so I'm going to address it before we get too far into the video. And that is Hailie Deegan saying she's going to run a couple of Xfinity races next year. She wants to run a couple Xfinity races next year. She looks like she's going to be doing that with Stewart-Haas Racing, furthering the assumptions that I have had over the last year or so, that she will likely be a replacement for either a... It's actually a tough choice. I mean, I don't know. Give it a couple of years, because it seems like she wants to go pretty slow, which is great. But I'd say it looks like she's going to be a replacement for probably a Kevin Harvick at Stewart-Haas Racing in the not so distant future. But anyway, like I said, let's focus on the Cup side of things. So let's start with teams. Teams are a little easier to address. And the fact is that we know that Kaulig Racing is going full-time racing next year. 100%. They're not dabbling in it like they said they were going to do this year. They're not dabbling in the idea of going full-time racing like they said the year before. They are actually going full-time racing, and Justin Haley has been announced as the full-time driver. You do have AJ Allmendinger, who will more than likely run select starts, probably, I'd say maybe a couple of restrictor plate tracks, but definitely some road courses for them. Is that one race? Is that two races? Is that all the road courses? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe probably till next year. Obviously, Chip Ganassi is gone. Chip Ganassi Racing is no longer a NASCAR race team. We've all known this for a few weeks now. Trackhouse has purchased them out, and they are adding one of the charters, which means they have two charters now, which is great, because they were leasing or renting, whatever they call it, one from, wasn't it Spire? I think Spire Motorsports was renting one out to them. So they are they're ceasing the usage of the 42 car. Justin Marks has said that number 42 is just quintessential Chip Ganassi. He doesn't want to do that to him. There's a lot of history with Chip and the 42 car in NASCAR, so he is going to be going the one car, and that is going over to Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain, over the last few days, has been announced as the second full-time entry driver for Trackhouse Racing. A lot of people are freaking out. That should have been Kurt Busch. Why are they letting him? He doesn't bring any money. You guys got to start listening to Sirius XM Radio. I got it on the radio right now. Check this out. Sirius XM Radio. Listen to them. They talk about it. Justin Marks says he knows he didn't bring any money. And that's one of the things he loves about it, is he didn't bring any money. It's a skill-based thing. A lot of people are freaking out, well, what about Matt DiBenedetto? I'm sorry, I like Matt, but Matt has done nothing this year. He has not impressed anyone with any runs, and not really, I mean, plus he doesn't bring any money either. I'd rather have the performance than the, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'd rather have the performance. That's, I mean, just personally. So then you've got 2311 is going to be adding a second race car. Everybody seems to think that is going to be outside looking in Kurt Busch. That seems to be his thing. Then he can go in the meetings, work with brother Kyle, and probably finish off his career maybe one more season. The final announced team, and this one came out a while ago, and that is GMS, the Truck Series Super Team from a couple of years ago. That's really lighting up the world so far this year, but GMS Racing is going full-time Cup Series racing next year with the next-gen car. Obviously, there's rumors, does Junior Motorsports come in? Does another team come in? We won't know until the time comes, but so far, those are the team changes. The guys who are outside looking in, that's Matt DiBenedetto, Noah Gragson. I could see Noah Gragson trying to get a Cup ride next year. Is that a GMS car? Is that a... Maybe that's his second 2311 racing car. He has a little experience working with Toyota. He ran for KBM a couple of years ago in the Truck Series, and he did all right with it. So there is always that possibility. Does he take a Kulig ride every Cup for a part-time ride going into next year? Kulig has said they want to run a second car. They just didn't say how often or where yet. So there is always that possibility. He stays with Junior Motorsports, stays in Xfinity somewhere else, and then goes to run a couple Kulig races. I could potentially see that. Maybe, I don't know. Then you got Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman's the big one since Brad Keselowski, obviously, with BK going over to Roush Fenway, taking over a leadership / ownership / driver role there. That's bumping Ryan Newman out of the 6 car because Brad is taking over the 6. Do I see Newman going? I don't know. Maybe a GMS. Maybe a little help somewhere else. Maybe he stays with Roush, but with a different role. Maybe he goes to another... I don't know. I really don't know what happens to Ryan Newman. Does he retire? I got nothing. Obviously, we got Kurt Busch. There's not a lot of top-tier rides going on this year. There's not a ton of really, really big names and really, really big... Oh, excuse me. Not a ton of really big rides or teams or anything for that nature. And then obviously you got AJ Allmendinger, and he doesn't go anywhere but Kulig. Going into the actual changes, the ones we know of so far this year, that is, and we'll kind of go in numbered order here. Ross Chastain, he obviously stays with Trackhouse. That's been announced. He's sticking with the 1 car. We'll see, does Pitbull and Justin Marks kind of keep some of the sponsorship that they get from Chip Ganassi? Do some of those relationships leave NASCAR? I mean, we don't know. That's yet to be seen. No crew or crew chief or anything's been announced yet. Austin Cindric is taking over the formerly Blue Deuce, the famous 2-car from Penske Racing. He's taken over Brad, since Brad obviously going to Roush. His dad has a huge leadership role over there. So, I mean, we all saw that coming. Brad Keselowski going over to the 6-car. I mean, personally, I don't know. I want to say that 10-car is up in the air for the silly season. Who goes to the 10-car? Could that be potentially another Ryan Newman? Does Ryan Newman go back to Stewart-Haas Racing? No, probably not. Anyways, there's a lot of other cars that are kind of up in the air. Some of those field filler teams, the Rick Ware Racing. Rick Ware has stated that they want 2 competitive cars next year. Do they drop 2 cars? Were they just using the other 2 charters to... Were they using the other 2 charters to just kind of fund building up that Cup team? I can see that. Rick Ware Racing, when they're in other series, and other types of racing, they're not the pity party of the series like they are in NASCAR Cup. So potentially that could be that GMS charter. That could be a Junior Motorsports charter if they sell the 2 or lease the 2 for next year. Try and make some money that way as well to help fund those 2 competitive race teams. And who runs them? I'd say probably Corey Ware would probably stay, obviously family, and somebody else. I could see them potentially trying to snag a decent driver like a Ryan Newman or maybe a Noah Gragson, maybe a Matt DiBenedetto. Maybe that's a landing spot for Matty D. But they want 2 competitive cars next year. Going to the 16 car, obviously Justin Haley for Kulig. 21, probably one of the biggest shockers of the silly season thus far is Harrison Burton going over to the 21 car. They said new car, new setup, new everything. They want a new young driver. They want to do things a little differently. Matt DiBenedetto was told last year, you have 1 year to build your brand, and you're out. Which to me, if I was told that, you know, if I go out and light the world on fire, maybe there's a chance I could stay, but he didn't and hasn't. So, you know, Matt DiBenedetto, he's out at Wood Brothers. And there's a lot of people who will throw fits about it. And I know one person especially, Facebook follower and friend of mine. I have no sympathy left for Matt. I hope he gets a ride. I hope he gets a good ride. But my sympathy's gone. He has not performed in Penske equipment. He seems to have had all of his eggs in that staying with the Penske brand basket. I didn't see that happening. I just couldn't with his performance, especially Austin Cindric coming up. Seeing as his dad's the president, vice president, CEO, whatever of Penske. I just, you know, I can't keep feeling sorry for Matt DiBenedetto. Sob story videos or not. I mean, I do, but I can't. It's just, he's had numerous opportunities to go out there and win. Yes, the team hasn't finished it yet. He hasn't finished it. Yes, you know, he's had a couple second place finishes, especially the most notable being that Bristol race where he got passed by Denny Hamlin. I mean, he's had a couple second place finishes since, what was it, Vegas last year? One of his first races with the new team. It was spectacular. Was it Vegas? I think it was Vegas. I don't remember. It was a spectacular second place finish, and he did or was it this year? I don't freaking remember. He's had some opportunities. He's had some great runs, but this year they're just so far in between that I just can't justify putting him in a Tier 1 Cup ride. I could see him going to a Rick Ware Racing or one of these new up-and-coming teams. Personally, I think Matt does what Junior recommended for him last year or the year before, and that is go back to Xfinity, pull a John Hunter Nemechek, go back there, get in a good ride, get in a solid race-winning ride, and whoop some ass, and then come back later, maybe. If not, then you're just an Allgaier. You're hot shit. You're out there winning races in the series, and that's what you do. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think that could be a Matt DiBenedetto. You know, a lot of people say, well, Harrison Burton's not done anything. Well, he's won races. He's won races. Matt DiBenedetto has never won a race in the NASCAR Touring Series. A lot of people say, well, Bubba didn't deserve the ride he's in. Bubba Wallace has won races in a NASCAR Touring Series. I mean, I hate saying it about Matty D, but he's just, I can't continue supporting it anymore. But, you know, we'll see what the rest of the silly season kind of feeds out. We'll see exactly where it goes and how it goes, and kind of go from there in the future. But anyways, so thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm mistaken on some of my assumptions or my guesses? We don't really have a lot that we have to guess on so far yet. There's been a lot of early for sure's. Obviously, you've got drivers staying in rides that they're in now. I don't see a lot of change up. You know, I could see potentially a Ryan Preece. That's maybe one more that I might have missed. You know, maybe he stays in a GM, goes to GMS. Maybe he gets one of those competitive Rick Ware cars. Maybe I don't know. Anything past what we've talked about, I can't really see too much more. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Make sure if you agree with me, you know, let that be known. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know. Bye-bye.